Good evening. On behalf of the World Folk Music Association and Focus Music, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. Those of you who are here in the theater and those of you who are watching from home. I want to tell you a little bit about how the evening is going to go here. It's a little different than I imagined it a few minutes ago. And so if I look more at my notes than I usually do, you'll know why. But we have a rare treat this evening, and that is we're going to get a short set from an old friend of David's and an old friend of the World Folk Music Association as well, George Turman. George has been making folk music for well over 40 years. He participated in a number of our early showcases back when we did them at the Birchmere. He has one of his albums back in the really early days caught Dick Sari's attention and his audience's attention and was voted in Dick's top 40 for the year. And so it's a pleasure for me to welcome George Turman.
Hey everybody, how are y'all? Man, it's been a long time, I tell you. Woo! And I haven't changed a bit, right? That's the big advantage to turning bald and gray at a very young age. People say, man, you look exactly the same. And I go, and you are? What happened? Anyway, this is a surprise opening act set for me. I wasn't planning on doing it at all, so here I am. It's going to be made up as we go. I decided to do this first song. It's by a songwriter from Ireland by the name of Charlie McGettigan. Has anybody ever heard of Charlie? Yeah, well, years ago I recorded one of his songs that Maura O'Connell had done called Feet of a Dancer. And somehow he heard about my recording of it and got in touch. And so I sent him a copy. And he liked it, and in return he sent me a CD that he had put together of other songs that he had written. And one of them is this. It's called I Hope You Like It. I loved it, learned it, and as far as I know, nobody else in America sings it that I've ever heard. But anyway, we got to be, email from friends, and he comes from a charming little town called Drumshambo. And he asked me, well, where are you from? And I said, Mechanicsville. Yeah. And he said, I just can picture all these guys in greasy jumpsuits, right? And I said, well, I can just see you sitting in a pub someplace singing. I hope you like it. So see if I can. Oh, wait a minute. See, I haven't been in front of a microphone but 2 times in the past. Mark, I'm going to plug in. Okay. This is like the third time in over 2 years. So. Well, I worked all day and I worked all night. I ran out in the rain. I threw it up, took it down again. Thought about what I had to say, struggled just to make it plain. I shook it up, shook it down again. And I hope you like it, 'cause it's the best that I can do. And I hope you like it. You know I made it just for you. And I hope you like it. Won't you listen to it and give it just a little of your ear. Gonna sing some songs and play some tunes to show you where I've been. I'll take you up and take you down again. Maybe play them some other way. I sure hope they don't sound the same. No. I shook it up and shook it down again. And I hope you like it, 'cause it's the best that I can do. And I hope you like it. You know I made it just for you. I hope you like it. Oh, won't you listen to it and give it just a little of your ear. And I hope you like it, 'cause it's the best that I can do. And I hope you like it. You know I made it just for you. I hope you like it. Won't you listen to it and give it just a little of your ear. Won't you give it just a little of your ear. Well, you know, we've lost a lot of people the past couple of years, and this year, or last year, anyway, because of COVID, friends, relatives, and then others for other reasons. But this past year, we lost Bill Staines and Nancy Griffith both. And anyway, let's sing Roseville Fair for both of them. Okay, we sing. Oh, the night was clear, the stars were shining, and the moon came up, so quiet in the night, and all the people gathered round. The band was a-tuning, I could hear them now, playing Coming Through the Ride. And you were dressed in blue, and you looked so lovely, just a gentle flower of a small town girl. You took my hand, we stepped to the music. And we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. Their drifting tunes seemed to fill the air so long ago. But I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. And how we courted well, and we courted dearly, and we'd rock for hours in the front porch chair. And then a year went by from the time that I met you, and I made you mine at the Roseville Fair, everybody. And we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. Their drifting tunes seemed to fill the air so long ago. But I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Ooh, 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 So here's a song for all of the lovers, and here's a tune that they can share. May they dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, the way we did at the Roseville Fair. May they dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, the way we did at the Roseville Fair. I had a chance to open for Bill on a number of occasions, and you know, it took me a while to learn how to play that not upside down and backwards, but he was one of the truly nice guys out there. I think the first time was at the Industrial Strength Theater over in Herndon, the Herndon Folk Society over there, a long time ago. Anyway, I remember songs like this when they were brand new. Please sing along. I got a frog in my throat. So you... Scotch and soda, mud in your eye, and baby, do I feel high? Oh me, oh my, do I feel high? Dry martini, jigger of gin. Oh, what a spell you've got me in. Oh my, do I feel high? People won't believe me. They think that I'm just bragging, that I could feel the way I do, still be on the wagon. Whatever. All I need is one of your smiles, sunshine of your eyes. Oh me, oh my, do I feel higher than a kite can fly? Give me loving, baby, I feel high. Whatever the chords are. Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I used to play at a place down in Hilton Head called the Crow's Nest. It was in the Hilton Head Inn. They had me down there every March for the Heritage Golf Classic and stuff. Anyway, this place was glass on three sides. One side is facing directly out to the ocean, the other side to the north, and the other side to the south. And the stage was at the north end, so I was facing south. And across the way, you could see the sparkling night lights of Savannah, you know, and in between was the Savannah River. And that place was an inspiration for Johnny Mercer when he wrote Moon River. And I got to stand there and watch it night after night after night. And then, you know, once a month, the full moon would come by, glistening off the water. It was a perfect place to sing Moon River. So anyway, let's do that one. Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Old dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend, Huckleberry friend, Moon River and me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're after the waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend, Moon River and me. You know, it's like, you think you never forget chords and words and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you try to do them the first time in 2.5 years, and like, whoops. How did it go anyway? I forgot. You know, anyway, you know, I don't know what to say about current events these days, but it weighs heavy on my mind, I can tell you. And I've got a few songs to sing about that, and without further ado, help me. If I were free to speak my mind, I'd tell a tale to all mankind of how the flowers do bloom and fade, of how we fought and how we paid. This weary world has had its fill of words of war on every hill. The time has come for peaceful days of peaceful men, of peaceful ways. If I were free to speak my mind, I'd tell a tale to all mankind of how the flowers do bloom and fade, of how we fought and how we paid. When all this world will cease to fight, I'll raise my head in thanks each night for this rich earth and all it means, for golden days and peaceful dreams. If I were free to speak my mind, I'd tell a tale to all mankind of how the flowers do bloom and fade, of how we fought and how we paid. You know, Arlo Guthrie used to say, if you want to end the war and stuff, you got to sing loud. So here we go. If I were free to speak my mind, I'd tell a tale to all mankind of how the flowers do bloom and fade, of how we fought and how we paid. Last night I had the strangest dream I ever had before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. And I dreamed there was a mighty room, and the room was filled with men, and the paper they were signing said they'd never fight again. And when the paper was all signed and 1,000,000 copies made, they all Last night I had the strangest dream I ever had before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. Thank you all. You know, let's see if I do this right. No, we've got to do it this way. Peace, love, peace and love. That's my sign right there. Anyway, another one that's, it's like, well, all those people, poor people living in subway trains and tunnels, and then the trains at the platforms with way more people wanting to get on than can possibly get on, going off to who knows where. Trains going away kind of comes to mind. So listen, one more here, and then David Mallett will be up here, and it's going to be a brief little switch over. He's going to come right straight out, and while he walks out, me and another guy are going to shorten the mics a little bit, and that'll be, then off he'll go. So anyway, here we go. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name. Lord, I can't go back home this away. This away, this away, this away, this away. Lord, I can't go back home this away. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name. Lord, I can't go home this away, this away, this away, this away, this away. Lord, I can't go back home this away. 100 tanks along the square, where one man stands and stops him there. Someday soon the tide will turn, and I'll be free, and I'll be free, and I'll be free, and I'll go home my country. Someday soon the tide will turn and I'll be free. And if you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Thank you, everybody. What a pleasure. Nice to see you all again. Peace and love. And Mark, I'm going to unplug. Mark, I'm unplugging. Ah, yes, he did it. All right. David, this is David Mallett, folks.
How are you?
He's my little brother.
That's a good height. That's a good height. Let's see. Let's see how this works for.
Never did take a sip of that water. I think I'll take it now. Are we good?
That's good.
Let's get this down.
That's good.
No, that's good. Okay, good. All right,
Well, here we are.
go for it.
Yeah, I got this. Been 3 years since I was here, man. And I'm a little rusty, but so are you. We got a little guitar here in the monitor. Somewhere in time, I knew you well, but I can't remember when we shared a secret I'll never tell. Can you believe that this is happening again? Familiar voice, familiar eyes, you're a part of this heart of mine. And as sure as I'm falling in love with you now, I have loved you somewhere in time. Somewhere in time, you were the one, but I can't recall the place. Maybe the future, maybe the past, but I recognize that look of love on your face. Familiar arms, familiar sighs, you're a part of this heart of mine. And as sure as I'm holding you close to me now, I have held you somewhere in time, somewhere in time, when the world stood still. I said I'd always love you, now I believe I will. Somewhere in time, we were in love, but I can't remember when. Maybe the future, maybe the past. Can you believe that this is happening again? Familiar voice, familiar eyes, you're a part of this heart of mine. And as sure as I'm falling in love with you now, I have loved you somewhere in time. And as sure as I'm falling in love with you now, I have loved you somewhere in time. Yeah. Too much bass coming through the guitar on stage. Without this song, I'd be unemployed. Wait a minute, I am unemployed. Inch by inch and row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch and row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, man is made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain, and tune my body and my brain to the music from the land. Help me out here. It goes inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch and row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. And an old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. And in my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Such an honor to be associated with this tune. It's been sung by so many people, including Pete Seeger, who he put the word mulch in there. I never liked it that much, mulch. And then I realized I put the word perch in there, and that's almost as bad. But anyway, it's a great old tune. I wrote it when I was in my 20s. Let's sing the chorus. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch and row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Yeah. I've been playing this area a long time, since the late 70s. Always good to get back. It's usually an annual spring trip down to D.C. and Richmond, and we were in Richmond last night. Good crowd. They all sang along. And a lot of different phases in my songwriting life, and this is a tune I wrote in Nashville in the early 90s, kind of a country thing. I wrote it with a friend of mine, Alan Estes. It's one of my favorite tunes. Maybe we should talk this over. Maybe we should take it slow. Too far gone no turning back now. Here I am, there you are, and here we go. And you know I can't live without you. And I know you just can't say no. Shooting stars already fallen, and here I am, there you are, and here we go. And this love might last forever, darling, that's the way the story goes. But maybe we should talk this over, 'cause I'm about to lose control, and too far gone, no turning back now. And here I am, there you are, and here we go. Maybe we should talk this over. Maybe we should take it slow. Too far gone, no turning back now. And here I am, there you are, and here we go. And here I am, there you are, and here we go. I'm still getting a lot of low end. You guys getting a lot of... It's just me on stage. It's a song about oligarchs. 10 men in black hats got together one night. Time to get the whole thing while the getting's right. 10 men in black hats in a shack on the edge of town. You might think I'm crazy, but that's where the deal went down. 10 men with big hands and eyes full of blood had the steel to make that deal in the drizzle and the mud. The air smelled like kerosene, there was a shotgun standing by. The only light in the whole damn room was the gleam in the 10 men's eye. 10 men in black hats on a cold, cold night. 10 black cars idling in the glow of the red tail light. 10 men with black hearts cutting up the spoils. The wind howled in a tall tree, there was a pot begin to boil. One man got the silver, one man got the gold. One said, I don't want nothing, I just don't never want to grow old. One said, I get the water, he said they need it everywhere. One said, I get all the messages people send out through the air. They divvied up the green grass, they divvied up the soil. One man got all the iron ore and another man got all the oil. One said, I get the people, they all work for me. Another, his little brother, said, I get all the fishes in the sea. men in black hats with faces cold and hard said, "This is good for everyone, somebody gotta take charge." And then they all let their stogies and the tip back in their chairs. 10 men in black hats, are you sure you wasn't there? Here. See if I can just stay right where I am. It's kind of a hopeful song. I wrote it a long time ago. And if the morning star still disappears behind a sky of blue, if people rise and go to work just like they always do, as long as young folks fall in love and kids keep growing tall, with the earth below and the sky above, there's hope for one and all. And if a moon still moves the deep blue sea and rules the hearts of men, if the world keeps turning quietly, oh, here we go again. And if the winter grass turns April green when the rain begins to fall, if there's water flowing from the stream, there's hope for one and all. And there's hope for you and me, my friend, with our backs against this wall. If there's water flowing from the stream, there's hope for one and all. And if a man still does the best he can, though no one cares, if mothers rock their babes to sleep and say a little prayer, and if the old car starts when the wind blows cold away down in the fall, if there's one good spark in the falling dark, there's hope for one and all. And there's hope for you and me, my friend, with our backs against this wall. If there's one good spark in the falling dark, there's hope for one and all. Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks. How is it out there, all right? Well, it's almost springtime. Come on now. I started singing in public 60 years ago this year. And I made my first $5, and it was all over, you know. I was spoiled for the real life. I've no idea how it all came to pass, but of all this noise, only a bit will last. Words that fall soft on your ear, you remember all those years, and as you grow old, it just stays in a place in your mind, like a tune from an innocent time. And I have no idea when I first heard those lines. Life was wide open, oh how the sun did shine. And I was wide-eyed and naive. I thought all I needed was a Saturday night and a pair of shoes that shine, and a tune from an innocent time. And time again, it just keeps slipping in. And I have no idea of how it all came down. It seems like I spent my whole life riding around with a guitar in a van, doing all I can just to conjure up something that resembles an opening line of a tune from an innocent time. Time again, it just keeps slipping in. I've no idea. Anyway, bunch of tunes. I've got like 17 albums. One of them is a spoken word record that I did. But 17 albums, and most of these tunes are from at least one of those. This is a song I wrote in 2015. I wrote this and recorded it. And it's the last time I made a record. I'm almost due, but sometimes you just don't feel like trying. Too many politicians lying. Too many hungry babies crying. Too many random bullets flying. Too much time spent in struggle. Too many little kids in trouble. Too many cities gone to rubble. Too many people talking double. This can't be our destination. This could be a better nation. Time to set the big horse racing. Trains are leaving from the station. Me, I ain't got no reservation. Need a brand new generation. This could be celebration now. Now. Situation's changing fast. Too much plastic, too much trash. Too many smokestacks spewing ash, too many people with no cash, too much waste, not enough water, too many abandoned sons and daughters, too many lost and hopeless feelings, too many low-down shady dealings. This can't be our destination, this could be a better nation. Time to set the big horse racing, trains are leaving from the station. Me, I got no reservation, need a brand new generation. This could be celebration now, now. Too many people looking down, too many closed up factory towns, too much high-priced propaganda, too much sadness in this land of dreams that once could all come true. Now it's down to me and you. Tell me what you're gonna do. Tell me what you're gonna do now. This can't be our destination. This could be a better nation. Time to set the big horse racing. Trains are leaving from the station. Me, I got no reservation. Need a brand new generation. This could be celebration now, 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 now. All right, this could be a celebration now. That we did a video, had my kids on that, my boys and my daughter came in and sang, and then we had Paul Stuckey mail us a vocal, which was really kind of fun. So he's in there doing a little backup, and anyway, let's see where I'm at. I'm going to do a song from my first album. I wrote this song in 1976 when I was working at the up and down the coast, but my main gig was at the Bangor Hilton. They had a lounge on the top floor, and I'd go up there and I'd sing for 4 hours, and they'd pay me $25 and give me a room. But that was good money back then. That's when I wrote a lot of these songs. I was trying to decide if I wanted to be a musician or a biochemist, and or a nuclear physicist, either, you know. I mean, I had all those options, I'm sure. But I was coming to grips with the fact that I was going to be a folk singer for the rest of my life. I could be a fisher 'cause I have a friend who's buying a boat of his own when he can. And he lives in a tiny and timeless old town at the end of an island where the sea rushes down. And early each morning with the sun barely risen, with dreams of a lost love and no sign of fear, he heads for the ocean in lumbering strides, and he sets out to sea with the sun in his eyes. And he told me that if I get tired of the race and I can't keep a hold on my passion and pace, I could sleep in his kitchen and ride on the waves and learn about fishing and learn to be brave in the face of a roller with my face to the wind and fill up them bait bags and pull lobsters in. And today as I wonder what's waiting for me, I long for the islands and the sound of the sea. And I could be a farmer, 'cause I have a way of coming around at the dawn of the day. And I've worked some at plowing those rocky old fields with a broken down horse plow that I bought on a deal. But no one works harder than farmers and fools, and you can't learn the business in your books or your schools. You just take what it gives you and give what you can. What a man could do worse than be working the land. And today as I wonder whatever will be, I long for the hills and what they gave to me. And today as I wonder whatever will be, I long for the islands and the sound of the sea. Okay. In the shade of this old tree, in the summer of my dreams, by the tall grass, by the wild rose, where the trees dance and the wind blows. And as the days go so slowly, and the sun shines oh so wholly on the good and gracious green, in the summer of my dreams, and by the banks of this old stream, in the summer of my dreams, by the deep pool where the fish wait for the old fool with the wrong bait. And there's a field of purple clover and a small cloud passing over, and then the rain comes washing clean in the summer of my dreams. And see the raindrops on the grass now, just like diamonds lying there. And by the old road where I pass now, there's a twilight on the air. And as the sun sets down before me, I see my true love waiting for me, standing by the back porch screen, in the summer of my dreams, and in the shade of this old tree, in the summer of my dreams, by the tall grass, by the wild rose, where the trees dance and the beans grow. And as the days go oh so slowly, and the sun shines oh so wholly on the good and gracious green, in the summer of my dreams. And as the days go oh so slowly, and the sun shines oh so wholly on the good and gracious green, in the summer of my dreams. Thank you. I'll take a little break and I'll see you in about 15 minutes, all right? Thank you. About 15, thanks. The summer of my dreams. Cool, man. You gonna talk?
Shortly. Well, what do you think? Should he do another set? Yeah, all right. We'll take 15 minutes. See how many David Mallett CDs you can purchase in the next 15 minutes, and we'll be back here to start the second set shortly. Sorry about that. I can't give away a book if I don't have your tickets. While we're getting started here, our first order of business is a drawing for a book, courtesy of Focus Music, and it's quite a special book. It's called The Tour, A Life Between the Times, and it's by Bill Staines. Yeah. Yes. So I'm going to draw a ticket. And it's a white ticket. And the last three digits are 319. And the next order of business is to thank a few people. First, I'd like to thank Focus Music for co-sponsoring this event with us. Focus is an organization much like ours with similar tastes in music, and as a result, we have co-sponsored 2 of their shows already this year, and this is the first of 2 that they are co-sponsoring of ours. So we really appreciate that. I'd also like to thank the staff here at the Arts Barn, Cindy Majane, and on sound, Mark Wright. And making sure that this is getting out to all of you folks at home. Doing the live streaming is Abigail Wordman. Making sure that everybody backstage is getting fed is Shelley Kaplan. And then a number of other volunteers, my wife Yvonne, Tom Bryson, Fred Cherney, Steve Rosenberg, Joanne Nana, Paul DeMitt, and Joyce Sika from Uptown Concerts. I mentioned that Focus this is the first of 2 concerts that Focus is co-sponsoring with us, and the next one is going to be very special. Will be in May 15th. It's going to be in Rockville. It's going to be a side-by-side reunion. Now, Doris and Sean have not performed together here in the United States since Doris moved to Hawaii, and well, here in the mainland, let's put it that way. She moved to Hawaii, and Sean didn't, so it's been a little hard for them to perform, but Doris is coming back for a few weeks in May, and we have Focus's venue in Rockville as a place to do this, and we don't have any information on the website yet, but we will very soon. So I'll look forward to that. And now, let's bring back David Mallett.
You can talk amongst yourselves. It's a song I started my 2003 album with, a little collection of songs, and I recorded the album at an old farmhouse up on my land up in Sebec, Maine, and we brought in a little crew and had a kind of a remote recording, and it came out a lot of fun. The record is called Artist in Me. Why do I fly? Why do I fall? It must be the artist in me. Yes, it's just the artist in me. Why am I amazed at the wonder of it all? I guess it's just the artist in me. Why am I alone even when I'm in a crowd? It must be the artist in me, yes, it's just the artist in me. Why make my living being lonely right out loud? I guess it's just the artist in me. Why do I live on coffee and wine? Why do I have to keep moving all the time? And how do I know that beauty will set me free? Why am I awake when the whole world's asleep? It must be the artist in me, guess it's just the artist in me. People throw away all the things I keep, I guess it's just the artist in me. Why do I seek these universal truths? It must be the artist in me, guess it's just the artist in me. Why do I still mourn all the heroes of my youth? I guess it's just the artist in me. Why do I live on coffee and wine? Why do I have to keep moving all the time? And how do I know that beauty will set me free? Why do I fly? Why do I fall? It must be the artist in me, guess it's just the artist in me. Why am I amazed at the wonder of it all? I guess it's just the artist in me. Why am I my best when I'm right down to a crawl? I guess it's just the artist in me. See if I've got a... God within me is talking. I hear with my ear and my eye. God within me is talking real low, and he says, don't cry, don't cry. And he says, don't cry, don't cry. The world is a faulty creation, but it works in its own little way. No room for much intervention, and I'd probably get in the way. But here in this garden where nobody knows, here on the north side where nothing else grows, oh, what a beautiful rose. God within me is laughing. I hear with my ear and my eye. God within me is laughing real low, and he says, don't cry, don't cry. And he says, don't cry, don't cry. The world is a place of confusion, and sometimes things get out of hand. I'm not into intrusion too much in the matters of man. But see how it moves when the birds start to fly. See how the sun puts that gleam in your eye. Oh, what a beautiful sky. God within me is singing. I hear with my ear and my eye. God within me is singing real low, and he says, don't cry, don't cry. And he says, don't cry, don't cry. The world is a work still in progress, and sometimes things get out of line. There's bigger things I should be doing, I guess, but right now I'm working on rhyme. And right now I'm working on rhyme. And see how the whole world is covered in lace, and the green and the blue give it just enough grace. Oh, what a beautiful, oh, what a beautiful place. I wrote that walking down the road. I walked the same route in front of my house every day for 20 years. And there's a little old rose bush there, and I always wondered how you got there, you know. It's kind of scraggly, and I just kind of walked up on it, and I thought, wow, how'd you get here? I had a sweetheart in my younger days. I thought she'd leave me never, but some things go and leave no trace, but the road goes on forever. And I've had good friends in my life. Around me they did gather, and without them I'd have surely died. But the road goes on forever. When I fell from the arms of my lover, or when I fell from the long arm of the law, as I dove down deep in my fitful sleep, the highway was all that I saw. And there ain't no sure hand in this deal. We all just take whatever. But nights like this, I always feel that the road goes on forever. When I fell from the arms of my lover, when I fell from the luck of the draw, as I dove down deep in the river, the highway was all that I saw. And sometimes when I'm standing still, it hits me like a shiver that there ain't no mansion on no hill, just the road goes on forever. And sometimes when I'm standing still, it hits me like a shiver that there ain't no mansion on no hill, just the road goes on forever. Just the road goes on forever. Let's see. I had a list here. First time I flew yesterday in 3 years, man. It's been a while. So, what have I got here? Oh, I know. Okay. Anything you want to hear, let me know. And the haying song, really. Now, when the raspberries burst from the woodvine, the summer lies close to the ground, and the porch is the fit place for young kids to sleep, and the brook in the meadow dies down. Then with straw hats and wagons and horses, like young Tim and tired old Dan, we head for the field to the creak of the wheel, with the pitchfork that blisters your hands. And you have to make hay when the sun shines, that's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep an eye on the sky, and make sure it's dry when you put it away. Now remember the chaff on the back of my neck, and the cool at the edge of the trees. And you rest for a time and you talk about the weather, and you drink from the spring and get mud on your knees. But it's back to the wagon, it's back to the mow, 6 loads and 8 more to go. But there's biscuits and beans at the late supper meal, and there's nothing like beans when you're working, you know. And you have to make hay when the sun shines, that's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep an eye on the sky, and make sure it's dry when you put it away. Let's see. It is the season of clover and killdeer. 'Tis the time when the earth does her best. And it's when all men are strong and the work days are long, and you know when to rise and you know when to rest. And in the cool of the evening I'd perch on the load and let the wagon wind blow through my hair, and count off the stars and talk to the moon, and sing to myself and the sweet summer air. Hang on at the corners and duck from the branches, and sing to myself and the sweet summer air. That you have to make hay when the sun shines, that's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep an eye on the sky, and make sure it's dry when you put it away. And you have to make hay when the sun shines, that's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep an eye on the sky, and make sure it's dry when you put it away. That's a good one. I forgot all about that tune. Well, there's another one. Wow, now they're coming, huh? And you may wonder if you know me, and you may wonder if I care, or if I'll leave you sad and lonely, or if I'll always be right there. Well, there's no need for doubt now, darling, 'cause I have come to know this love of ours is no common flower. This love is like a red, red rose. And you may wonder about this dreamer, if he's all you thought he'd be, or if anything but someday ever comes from loving me. But hold me close and tell me, darling, that you have come to know This love I bring you is no common thing. This love is like a red, red rose. When you're all caught up in sweet surrender, simple truth is sometimes hard to see. Whoops. But here between the tough times and the tender, it all comes down to you and me. And you may see my heart of darkness, and we may stumble now and again, but underneath this heart of darkness, there's a heart that's loving you right till the end. So hold me close and tell me, darling, that you have come to know. This love of ours is no common flower. This love is like a red, red rose. This love of ours is no common flower. This love is like a red, red rose. I was just thinking, I did that song on Nashville Network once. I just thought of it. I don't often do it in that key. And I did it on the Nashville Network. It was a long time ago when we had the house band. And I saw this guy on TV yesterday on YouTube. And I remembered he was the coolest guy to work with. Old John Anderson. Remember John Anderson? The country singer? He was a cool dude. And then I did Red, Red Rose, and then he came out and he did Swingin'. Remember that tune? Oh, it was a cool. She was swinging. Yes. And he had another tune called Somebody Slap Me. It's just funny as hell. He had a great comic voice. But anyway, that was my Nashville Network story. I'm a little shaky up here on my feet. I had back surgery in November. And I'm just kind of getting back so I can move around without pain. And I'm supposed to be doing my physical therapy, but I'm a little slow on it. I got a few more tunes that I have to do for you, however, and this is one. You good out there? Hard to lose so many of my peers this past few years, from Prine to Nancy Griffith to Bill Staines. It's like, man, it's just something else. This is the way it is, I guess. When you get old, you know? Some days shine so brightly, like gold dust in a pan. Some days you hold so lightly, they go slipping right through your hands. And those of us who are so lucky get to grow old before we die. Sometimes it seems this old life ain't nothing but a long goodbye. Fallen leaves outside my window on this October night. I do believe that the last rose of summer is fading in fright. And when I see the seasons changing, brings a tear into my eye. 'Cause sometimes it seems this old life ain't nothing but a long goodbye. Nothing but a long goodbye. Nothing but a long goodbye. Every day, people leaving for someplace far away. And every day, people grieving over things they didn't do or say. and in the great big picture, it's just a twinkle of an eye. And sometimes it seems this old life ain't nothing but a long goodbye. Sometimes it seems this old life ain't nothing but a long goodbye. Nothing but a long goodbye. Nothing but a long goodbye. Okay. Oh yeah, that's. Let me get this one out of the way. Keep that fresh, so I don't forget it. Where did my G? Yeah, I'm a little slow up here, but I had a lot of gigs not a lot of gigs, but what gigs I've done the last 2 years have pretty much been in Maine with my band, outdoors, in arts in the parks sort of things, and haven't done many inside shows, but hoping to do more of them. And you never know, though. Well, and this town's got rich folks dying right down beside the poor. Limousines and widows crying, victims of the lonely wars. Caviar and beans and bacon lined up at the grocery store. And this town's got a hard-hot river with sleeping pilgrims on the shore. And this town's got folks on nothing, bundled up in broke down cars. College kids in BMWs parked in front of all-night bars. And this town's got a small-time rumble, and this town's got a big-time roar. Barking dogs and lots of people swinging fists and slamming doors. And this town's got dreams aplenty. Some are wasted, some are new. And this town taught me that it ain't who you know, boy, it's what you do. And this town's got a raging fever on a hot old July night. And me, I'm one more true believer, trying hard to get it right. And this town's got a poor man's muscle, and this town's got a rich man's clout, and 500,000 fools a-flying, coming in and getting out. And this town is rough and ready for whatever stuff comes down. And right now I'm holding steady and hanging on here in this town. This town is rough and ready for whatever might come down. And right now I'm holding steady and hanging on here in this town. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to slow down here, guys, a little bit. Let's see what else I've got on my list. Oh. My old man was not a mover nor a shaker, just a dreamer. I'm a lot like him. He used to talk a lot about the old days, mister, when the times was tough and the money was thin. Used to go fishing about once a year, laugh himself silly on a couple of beers, tell an old story to a willing ear, and then he'd turn right around and tell it again. My old man, talking about my old man. He was there at the start with a willing heart. He was there when the world began. My old man, my old man. I'm just sitting here thinking about my old man. Now my old man was a daddy till I got too cool to call him that anymore. He took my mother to the Grange Hall dance and waltzed her across the floor. He took us to town on Friday night, used to chew tobacco when he got uptight, sitting spitting in the fading light in the car in front of the grocery store. My old man, talking about my old man. He was there at the start with a willing heart. He was there when the world began. My old man, my old man. I'm just sitting here thinking about my old man. Now my old man was a dragon in the pants, man, when he come over the hill. With the chores and the weeds and the kids to feed, he never had a minute to kill. But he always had a twinkle in his old gray eyes. Felt a lot better when he worked outside. Worked right up till the day he died, and I bet the Lord's got him working still. My old man, talking about my old man. He was there at the start with a willing heart. He was there when the world began. My old man, my old man. I'm just sitting here thinking about my old man. Hey, I'm just sitting here thinking about my old man. Thank you. Thank you. One more tune, and then I'm going to let you go. Have a good night out there. Careful out there on the streets of Gaithersburg. Let's see. I got this new harp thing. It does not really broke in. I think I need some WD-40. Anyway, good luck to us all. You know, springtime, things look good. I can't wait to get outdoors and plant a garden. You get all hung up on things, even though you know better. Borrowed money, broken dreams, lonely roads and rainy weather. Way down in your heart you know there's just one way you can go. Straight ahead, on with the show, 'cause you're a survivor. Now you have seen some desperate times when you couldn't keep it going. One day out your well runs dry, next day out it's overflowing. Way down in your heart you know there's just one way you can go. Straight ahead, look out below, 'cause you're a survivor. 50-50, that's chance. It's better than zero. If you never get to Paris, France, you can be a local hero. So you keep your head up high, keep a dollar in your pocket. By this time tomorrow night, you might be flying like a rocket. Way down in your heart, you know there's just one way you can go. Straight ahead, look out below, 'cause you're a survivor. Way down in your heart, you know there's just one way you can go. Straight ahead, on with the show, 'cause you're a survivor. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, George, for opening. Thank you. Good night. Let me see. Let me see if I can. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of the Clancy brothers, man. Whenever they came on Ed Sullivan, I was right there, man. And it's always been an honor to have these heroes of my youth do my songs. And Liam, on his last album, he did 2 of my songs, including this one. I knew a painter in my younger days, a man who lived with brushes, sticks, and stones. His days were filled with canvas scenes of browns and blues and meadow greens, and the world just passed on by his door. He lived but lived alone. And he'd come to town with his old wool hat pulled down, surrounded by the dogs that were his friends. And at times too drunk to stand, he'd shake familiar hands and sit around the Esso station till his loneliness would mend. And I knew a painter in my reckless days, bristle-bearded, humble on his feet. A sympathetic, sad old elf, he knew me better than I knew myself in the last days of my boyhood, in my time out on the street. And long through the night, a faded yellow light would burn inside the room where he would stand and play the old Victrola and drink his rusty wine and conduct the Mozart music with his hard and shaking hand. But he could paint a picture and he could capture life, and no one ever felt things more than he. And he wasn't never much for roses. He'd sooner paint the thorns, 'cause he found a keener beauty there that no one else could see. Someone bought the house he lived in, painted up the room he died in, swept away the cobwebs and the dust from off the floor. The children laugh, the seasons run, young lovers roll in midnight fun, but no one loves more than the one who paints the world no more. And long through the night, a faded yellow light would burn inside the room where he would stand and play the old Victrola and drink his rusty wine and conduct the Mozart music with his hard and shaky hand. Yeah. You wait just a minute now. I'm gonna try a little something here. Just to go out on something a little more uppy. So, let's see if I can do this. Just into the mic. Dig that. On my first album, I did an instrumental on a 12-string. Trouble is, that was 40-some years ago, and I don't think I've played it since. It'll come back to me. I love a 12-string, man. For about 5 minutes, and then my fingers are shreds. Yeah. Good night. See you later. My fingers are shreds. Thank you very much. Thank you. Pleasure. Yep.